Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Coding Curricula as we're working through Web Dev for Beginners from Microsoft and continuing to work on this homepage right here. Let's pull up our curriculum that we've been working on and see where we're at. So today, 24th. Lesson 16, drawing to a canvas. Yesterday we had our intro to game development where we learned a lot about classes. And today we'll learn about drawing to canvas, and maybe we'll put some of that practical knowledge of how to implement these classes into drawing with the canvas. But before that though, let's be sure to make sure to update our logs. Lesson itinerary. So for these, January 24th, lesson 16, and we call this drawing to canvas. And then we got intro to, or not intro to, it's called drawing to canvas. We're updating our logs first. Update logs. And then after that, we want to work on the home page. What do we want to do? To the home page. So it looks pretty good. Stuff's moving here. I would like this to be kind of like a cascading float. And then maybe on hover, like it jumps. Let's see if we can't do that. So cascading, floating cards. And that could be a few things, or that could be both, a couple things at least. Changing the animation and adding 3D float shadow. And then for the home page, also, we may want to add some blog post rendering. Because if I'm not mistaken, in my Rocket Test Server API v1 blogs, I'm serving up some blogs. And so we should be able to grab this data and render it. And we'll just start with that. And then blog post routing comes later. What else did we have on here? Got a lot done yesterday, huh? We haven't started theming. What are we missing? We're getting a lot of this stuff done, though. We're doing a good job. How come I didn't make any homepage logs there? I think this was the day that everything went really long. But okay, cool. Let's source control, update logs, push, work. There we have drawing to canvas. If you've never done this, it's pretty cool. Your canvas is just like it sounds. Like you can draw lines, you can draw shapes, you can draw anything that your imagination can imagine. And Canvas has a 2D and 3D elements to it. It's part of the Web API. Pre-lecture quiz. The canvas element is what you use to draw on a screen. I think that's a pretty loaded question because there's a lot you can use to draw to the screen, right? Like our color, size, shape. Let's start off with true. Yeah, okay. You can only draw simple geometric shapes using the Canvas API. True, comma, but those simple geometric shapes come together in very interesting ways. I mean, that's like saying that you can only draw simple geometric shapes in Photoshop. You can draw anything you want and come together in very creative ways, but it's true-e, true-ish, false-e, true. No, you can draw much more, yeah. You can make them go crazy. But it's a matter of lines and vectors and angles. It's all geometry. The point 00 is in the bottom left. I want to say that's true. I mean, unless it was a center, we were talking about the center of a graph, and then it would be, you would have negatives going each way. So the only alternative would be the point 00 is in the middle. Is that the way it works? I don't know. It's been a while since I played with the canvas. I'm going to say true. Nope, false. So we've got negative X, Y, Z's. Good to know. Okay, thank you, pre-lecture quiz. The canvas is an HTML element by default. It has no content. It's a blank slate. That's true. Whenever you first invoke it, you're just kind of like, where is it at? Here's how it's typically declared. Where you call an element, you give it an ID of my canvas, and a width and a height, and then it won't have anything on it. But if you open up your browser tools, you'll be able to see it. Above, we are setting the ID, width, and height. Draw some simple geometry. Let's take the time to do this, I suppose. Do we? Yes, code. A second, opened up. There. Now we'll do a full HTML document. Full HTML document we'll do like it says right here with a canvas, with an ID of canvas, a height and a width. And if we open it, open with live server. Bottom. That one. That one. Now if we save. Coming from 5. Okay. All this. There. Okay. So now we have a canvas, and like I was telling you, you can't see anything. We go to inspect, and we grab our elements. Boom, you can see it right there. With a width. Yeah, right there. We're with a width of 200 and a height of 100 pixels. That's a little bitty canvas. Let's see, what does it want us to do with this little bitty canvas? Drawing to it so you can get a reference. So now it's going to want us to open up some JavaScript. Script.js. We're going to ignore that, and we're going to call ours index.js. And we need to import our script src dot index.js console log hello world. Make sure that we got it. Console hello world. Okay. Now we want to draw a rectangle. So first thing it wants us to do is get the canvas element. So get the canvas element. A canvas. Get element out by ID canvas. Cool. So set the context to 2D to draw basic shapes. Where you invoke this CTX canvas get context. Then you fill it with the color red. CTX canvas context fill style red. And now you have to apply it. Now you draw that rectangle. CTX, fill rectangle, beginning at 0, 0 to 100, 100. So yeah, your X, Y, and your height and your width. Save this. No get context. Cannot read properties null at context. My canvas. So we call it because we called it my canvas is the ID that we gave. Not just canvas. That is weird. Normally it's just canvas. There we go. So there's a red or a purple, blue. Okay, so the 0, 0 starts at the top left corner, at the bottom left corner. And we could move this over to 100, 100 off the screen. Where'd it go? There's been 100 pixels. Not crazy. What about 10, 10? Then 20. 50. Why was 100 so crazy? Boom. Way out of the league. Okay. 10. 40. Oh, okay, because it's pushing down. 50. So this is 20. Wait. I don't understand. So then it cut it down. But it should still be 100 to 100, right? Unless it's trying to go up. Weird. Because notice as I extend this, now it's not going left or right anymore. It's not extending the amount. $100 plus off. And even if I zoom way out, you can't see it. Must have knocked it out of the screen. 0, 0. We clearly need some practice. Oh, it's because we drew the canvas. The canvas only has a width and a height of 200 by 100. So if we go outside of our canvas, then we don't have access to these elements. See, if we made it like 200 by 200. And then now we move it 50 by 50. That's moving in relation to the element itself, not like where we can only see it. See, there's a bigger square there. Okay, makes more sense now. About to pull out some hair. Okay. Cool. Let's see what's next. Geometric shapes. There's many more. You can draw some text, any text with any font and color you wish. Draw an image based off of an asset like a JP or J. Really. For example, take a look at some interesting things done in done in Canvas and CodePen. Oh yeah, lots of. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Rip off the paper. Tear the cloth. Drag it to cut it, and pretty cool. I want to do that one more time. Cool. One more time. I want to cut it in half. There, okay. We're done. But yeah, you can do anything with this. Load and draw an image asset. So you have an you load an image by creating an image object and then set its src property. Then you listen to the load and event to know when it's ready to be used. The code looks like this. So let's load an asset with const of image is new image. Image source has something for us. And then draw the asset, image on load, draw image. Okay, see what happens. I have no idea what this image is. Have any. What happens if we remove all of this? Anything. Okay. Well, what's the image I tried to load? Now I'm curious. That's why. No longer available. So, you have any images in this folder? No. We'll just fun outside. It's a rainy day here, so we'll look at some fun outside. Copy image address. Got nothing. Oh. Address, is this a reasonable one? No. Address. Right. So we're not seeing it. Odd. It says do something like resolve image here. CTX draw image on load resolve image. Yep, right here. Path to my new image on load. Maybe it's because we're resolve image. Where it's saying resolve, call this resolve, then pass in image. What happens now? Nothing. And then evoke it like this, where you would load asset. No. Asynchronous function of run. Where they want const of image will await load asset of this. Await load asset of image. No, because const is image right here, and you declare it hero PNG. This randomly kind of comes out of nowhere, where it's like, hey, what is your hero image? Here, in this thing, function path. This is different. What I did. let's try to remove this. Copy this. Where your image. This. Copy. Path. Path. So we would say let path equal now we load it asset from this path, resolve it. Image source is the path, then resolve image. But I don't know what this hero PNG is. Happens. Still no image. Passing the path. What's the malfunction here? Start inspecting because it can't be us. Here. Failed to map, could not load content. File not found. Different. Dev tool. Let's try getting a local asset in here. How about that? We're gonna get a local asset in. Before we give up on this and move forward, let me just find how about our logo. Or put this asset, copy that directory, have something logo PNG right here to mess with. And instead of all this, because we don't know if this URL is working or not, we're just going to say dot or logo image. Like this. Dot logo PNG. Nothing's loading this. It's in the same directory. So it's where we're at. / logo PNG. I don't know. I'm going to make a note on this piece of curriculum. I couldn't get any assets to load. All of our image. I have to look at this. So that being said, let's recommended starts. Recommended files to start your development. Where are we at? You will build a web page with a canvas element. It should render a black screen, 124 by 768, and we provided you with 2 images. Recommended steps to start development, assets. So it wants us, let's make a whole new directory. Or should we make a whole, let's make a whole new repo. Make a whole new repo. Curricula. Repositories, new repo. Arcade base art. Public. Add a readme. License. MIT. Repository. Code open desktop. Close that. Where we're at. Okay. So it's recommending that we begin a local development with a file structure like this. So we have this, and we're going to need one directory called assets, which will have the enemy ship and the player in it. And then we're going to need an index.html, where we probably just import that canvas element. We're going to need our app.js, where a lot of the logic's going to happen for the game, like event emitting and publishing and subscribing to those events. And then it wants a package.json, so we can run in a node environment. And so to add that, we open up our console while in the directory that we're in and do npm init --y, and it'll add a package.json. And now use node in this directory. Start add the code that will resolve below. Start by navigating to the your work folder. Is this already in file recent? It's already in our Twitch. Arcade, start, no. Space game. Drawing to canvas. We have this. Grid, introduction. Pre-lecture quiz. Not much here. This is just the inheritance and composition that we read yesterday. We need these assets. So no, it's giving us a solution. It's not giving us a start. Okay. So let's copy, paste those into assets. Cool, we got the assets that we need. Now, does it give us the solutions? Yes, it gives us the solutions here. We don't want to peek to work, your work. This is where it wants us to start. Okay, so we do have a starting folder with everything. All right. That's okay. Your work, the your work director. Inside the your work, type npm start. So where are we at? We're at 6 space game, so cd 6 space game 2 drawing to canvas y your work npm start. Cool. So we have a little HTTP server available. This is our local host 5000. There's nothing there whenever we go to it. Can't get anything. I've never seen a starter, or I've never seen a server run up like that before. That's pretty cool. So open it in VS Code. Now we need to add some code to this app.js. So first, draw the canvas to the black background. Where does it give us an opportunity? Draw black background. We already have it. Do your work app.js. Solve below. Add 2 lines under the appropriate to do section. Do canvas black background. So we already have canvas. We just need black background. Which means we just need to fill it, right? CTX fill style black. And then load some textures. Add the player and the enemy using the await load texture and passing in the image path. Won't see them on screen yet, so await load texture, then passing in image path. Image path. No, this is. Do we have a texture? Assignment. Canvas grid part 1. Doesn't look like we have a texture. Await load textures and passing in the image path. What image? Oh, this load texture takes path. But none of our textures are none. I don't get it. What is X? So we're looking at JS. Wait, load texture, asset player, hero image. Load textures. The player and enemy. Okay, okay. My bad. So we have the hero image. The assets are enemy ship and player. The load textures. I was looking for one texture. / assets. And we need to declare it too. So we have to say let hero image assets hero. Is that what it is though? It's a player and an enemy ship. But player is it gonna try to invoke this hero image we used to or no? Let player image and let monster. Neither of those are right. What is going on? Assets, player, enemy ship, assets, ship, and camel kits. Enemy ship, but doesn't want this to be player. Calling monster. Okay. Draw the hero in the center of the screen in the bottom half. Draw the hero in the center of the bottom half of the screen. Try that. And draw 5 by 5 monsters. Now it says create enemies. What do you call that? Now you can uncomment the code right here. Wants us to set up some constants. I think our constants we would want those to be global. And then we'd want a for loop for all the array of monsters on the screen. Right here. Create enemies. Here. But it doesn't take canvas. Save. Finish result. Okay. So we got the ship on there. That's good. But background's not black. Canvas width. Lots of things. Not exactly right. How would we make this better? So it should look like this. We have 50. What did we do wrong? Let's compare it side by side. For work. Object. What did we do wrong? So in the create elements, oh wait, both these. So we need to put our constants are not global to everything. They're global into this create enemies. Okay, I guess that makes sense because that's where you have your stop and your start and things like that. What else did we do wrong? Look at this unload canvas. We want to call this the hero image. Okay, so we would call this hero image. This is hero image. Then this should be enemy image, where we import that. Oh, we labeled it, but we didn't say CTX fillet. That makes sense. And we should finally got fill rectangle, draw the hero image. See where we're at. Stars. Okay. That's much better. Closer to what we should have had. And we just need to get this hero image in the right spot. Here, draw image. I think that's because I actually messed with it and I said, hey, rectangle, hero image. Yeah. Fresh. Now he's nowhere. That's cool. What happened? So on load. There we go. Okay, we made it. We've drawn to the canvas. We drew this black background. The excuse me. The 5x5 warships and the one player that we'll be controlling right in the middle. And then I imagine the next lesson we'll be adding some events to where we can move these pieces that we've drawn on the character or pieces that we've drawn on the canvas around and even start shooting at each other, do collision detection and fun stuff like that. Awesome. Save that. Where are we going now? What do we got to do now? That. Let's work on the web page. Toggle to coding curricula. 1. What did we say we wanted to do? Maybe let's go ahead and trim this up. Because we've already got media queries done. We got a tablet media query right here. So that'll be, we want the last card. Last card to not be so tall. Or we'll just say last card, background red. That way we can isolate it. And once we have the last card, we can do anything with it. Card, last child. Oh, need to npm start so we can develop. And this is still a developmental version of this website, and I probably need to go ahead and get it to where it's a production version, a production build hosted or rendered using a server, maybe even the server that I've already got on it. But I've had trouble with some cross origin stuff using this AWS Light Sail service. So I'm reluctant about that. I think it's pretty good for our purposes right now. But also the blogging's an issue because because if we start blogging, oh, this is on desktop, and it's not the last child; it's all of them. If we start blogging, then React is not SEO friendly. React is not at all SEO friendly, so we're actually going to have to we're actually going, if we start blogging, then we're actually going to have to use a version of React that does server-side rendering, probably Next.js or Gatsby with maybe a WordPress background. But this is just to get us up and rolling and working. So no, we don't like that. That's not the last child. Card. Child 3. How about that? Child. Perfect. One card is it? The YouTube card. We could just call it the YouTube card and give it a class name. Yeah, let's just give it a we're not going to inline style like that, but we will give it some class name. So this is going to be a component. It's our icon section that we've just spent so much time having fun with. Card, class name, last card, abscess. Call this last card on here. Now we got it. Okay. And last card actually just needs to have a max height of, say, 10 rem. 5 rem. Not doing anything. What about just height? Forget about this. 25 rem. Now it's getting 15 rem. Smaller. 10 rem. 1 rem. It won't get any smaller than that. That's okay. It's a media query, so we got good control over it. Why won't you height 100? You're not gonna get, if you're not gonna give me a good height, or what about min height auto? Say height. There we go. That looks good. Min height auto. There. Looks good. But on mobile. Now it's got to have some wiggle to it. Why do we have wiggle? All weird on. Little wiggle there. We want to fix that. But we're good so far. Okay. Happier with that. Okay. Uh, what else did we? We wanted to maybe give these like a free floating float, but I don't know how we do that. I haven't thought too hard about that. So, that being said, what would we do? I guess let's get started on this blog section, on a blog page. We'll have new pages, and we'll call this blog JS, and then we'll cause, and then the blog page will have a, or I guess this page will be blogs, where it'll have the mini blogs listed on it whenever we go to it, while the there's going to be a different page that's going to be for blog singular, and they're going to have to pass props and be routed dynamically. Makes sense. Like the blogs is going to be all of the blogs that we've ever written with a title and an author and a short description and maybe a photo, and then you click on the link, and then that's going to go down the tree. We're going to start passing some props. It'll go down the tree and into this specific blog component. So we need to figure out how to render these. So we'll say blogs, RFC, functional component. Save that. Blog, RFC, save that. And the blog page is going, or blog component for the blog page is going to be very dynamic. All of it's going to be dynamic. But this, yeah. But the blogs themselves, they'll still have everything in it. See, we're going to have to route to this, but I don't want to render a route yet. So this is actually, we want to route to it so we can open it up and see where we're at and how we're doing. Here, let's import blogs from pages, blogs, and import blog from blog. Because blog is going to have to be dynamic too. We're going to have to make a dynamic route. So let's just go ahead and hold off on blog. Start with blogs. Save that. And go to /blogs. Then we have the start of this page. And so how are we going to do this? We need to blogs, all of the blogs. We're going to import some use state and use effect from React, because we're going to blogs start at, we're going to grab all of the blogs and we need to sort through them and get the information that we want. Exclude, because if it grabs everything, then it's also going to grab the body of them, the title, the author, all of that data. We need to exclude the content. We're just interested in the title and the author and maybe the date it was published. So yeah, start by fetch, then start with that. Call this H1 blog. So that should have been it. Should have been good, but it's didn't render for us. See what the issue is. Lots of issues going on. Let's make this more legible. Uncaught failed to. Oh yeah, it's because this is a bad link. So we want www.rocket.testserver.xyz /API v1 logs. Boom. Okay. Child should have a key, and a list should have a unique key prop. I know that. We have log ID. Try to get. Okay, cool. No errors, no whammies. And see, the links work. That's pretty cool. But we haven't set up the routes for that, where it would actually route into that page and invoke it and pass along these props. But it's doing a good job of rendering the blogs, where it href, that's like the link, and then it's giving us just the blog title. And then style, decoration, none. Didn't like that. Why not? Maybe it'd be on each line item. Style. Decoration. Oh, key value pair. Value pair. None. Like that. None is not defined. Why not? Not worth fighting over that one little dot. Not right now. Shouldn't be doing styling this early on anyway, especially whenever we don't want to render this stuff. Good. So we just need to set up a dynamic route for blogs by ID. Go back to our util or router. So we'd actually have React router dynamic routes. Router, we're using v5 nested routes. The route path component path ID. Have to take props. Like this. Initial product. Name of product. Products. Product key. Product name. Finding nested. A dynamic routes here. Route path plug. product, navigate to header, navigate to home, products, product, props match param slug. So we're going to have to pass in this props match param slug. Get the product that we want. Slug. Try props match param. Take a look. For me. All this. Log.id. So it's trying to send us to undefined. That's not good. Not getting the ID right there. Let's try to console log.id on each one of these. Undefined, undefined, undefined. So it's not giving a key. We're not getting an ID out of there. Why not? All right. Undefined, undefined, and undefined. And it doesn't have the key prop. So what's my data look like whenever we go here? Because it ought to have an ID. Underscore ID. Under. Log dot underscore ID. Well, it's MongoDB. Underscore. Log dot underscore. Save. Console. There we go. Now we have their ID numbers. Okay. Cool. That's a step in the right direction. Up a little bit. Get rid of that console log now that we know that we're getting good IDs. Now what happens if we click one? Fewer errors. That's good. Okay. Not a big deal. We're out of time. Because now it's able to actually pass that prop, and it's saying, okay, look, it's the anatomy of the URL. It's going to blogs, and it's trying to pull this blog. And it would be able to pull this blog if we pass down this ID as props to make it accessible in the link. And then it would be like link with blog of this unique ID number. And then all of them would be referenceable. It would have more than the title. It would also have the body and the author and the rest of the data like we're looking for. But that's okay. No big deal, because like we said, this page isn't actually accessible yet to anybody. except for us who knows that it's there, so we can keep it hidden for now. Cool lesson, got a lot done. Let's see what we got for tomorrow. Coding curricula, we actually have repo. Because we've drawn our canvas now. We've drawn the canvas. Now we'll be moving the elements around. Awesome. So we'll be able to, I'm sure the enemy spaceships will come towards us, and the player spaceship will go to the left and to the right. And then the next lesson we'll be doing some collision detection, which I'm sure will involve doing some shooting and what happens if I run into the enemy before concluding next Monday, where it's what happens when the game's over. Well, good times. Thank you so much for all of you who hung in there and are learning some web development with me while we're also updating our website. And tune in next time as we continue to work on this game and also continue to work on the website. Thanks so much. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.